Welcome back! It's another episode of MLM Renegade. Today, you guys, we're going to talk about things that we left undone.
So here's the million-dollar question. How are network marketers like us, who've tried everything their upline ever suggested to be successful, and yet still struggled, who grew up with technology and aren't stuck in the 20th century, how are we supposed to grow our downlines and our bank accounts, and yet still have time for real life? My name is J.R. McKee. Join me as we explore how to use 21st century learning and technology to grow our downlines and build lasting wealth. Simply put, this is MLM done different. Welcome to MLM Renegade.
All right, guys, today, first of all, I want to clear the air a little bit. It's been a couple of weeks since we had a podcast episode up, and I'm going to take full responsibility for that because, well, really, there's nobody else to blame. But beyond that, I've had some different things happening. We saw our oldest child off into missionary service for the next 2 years, so that was pretty exciting. It kind of took a toll as well. And then also I had some travel for work involved and was away from my computer and everything else that I used to actually create these. So beyond that, though, I got burnt out is the wrong word, but I've been trying to focus and decide kind of where I want to drive MLM Renegade, where I want to focus as I'm trying to find my voice a little bit, as I'm trying to expand my understanding of this game of entrepreneurship. And that's where actually today's episode came from. I have a good friend of mine, guy I lived with in college, who is a very successful financial planner in Southern California. And he actually posted something on LinkedIn that really kind of got my mind going. And I was like, okay, finally, this is it. This is what I needed to kind of get myself off the schneid. And there's a quote that he quoted, and he said, "Nothing is so fatiguing as the eternal hanging on of an uncompleted task." So I've had some uncompleted tasks. This episode should have happened, this week. The episode should have happened on Wednesday. It's Friday, so we're going to get this up and, about 2 days late. But we've skipped 2 episodes, so I'll be, working to get those refilled. But beyond that, this idea of uncompleted tasks kind of weighing mentally on us is one that I've kind of tried to grab and to think about and to sit with and to feel a little bit, because we all do it. We all multitask. In fact, I've been reading a book called Deep Work. And in Deep Work, it talks about basically there's like a psychological drain on your mind when you start into something and don't finish it. And it's like, okay, I've got this weight of uncompleted tasks. And so my friend, he came up with a kind of an interesting question. He said he came across a magical question. He said, can you come up with a list of 10 things that are incomplete that really need to get done in your life? And that kind of blew my mind. I was just, what is it in my life that I've left uncompleted that needs to get done? What is it? Now, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, and as an employee, I run all of those ideas around in my head all day long, and finding balance in the force, if you will, finding balance between what I need to get done for my own business versus what I need to accomplish for the business that's currently paying me my day job. Understanding those things, I get a lot of tasks that get piled up that I don't get done. And it's amazing how good I feel when I get it off my plate. There's one in particular right now. I traveled for a week, and so I have a week's worth of expense reimbursements to actually get done. A week. Okay? Now, doing expense reimbursements is just a pain in the butt. It's just a matter of sitting down and hammering through it, spending the hour plus it will probably take me to reconcile everything, to get all pictures of all the receipts, everything else. We're actually transitioning to a new system to do it, and once we do that, it'll be a little bit simpler, but you still have to do the work, right? So that's one of those things that's hanging out there that I need to get done. I have a sales funnel for a brand new product that we just finished that I need to get finished. Okay, I've got it's called the Renegade Video Downloader, and literally it will allow you to download videos from Wistia, Vimeo, or Facebook. Okay, Wistia is what a lot of the online course creators use to host their videos for their courses. Well, now all of a sudden, with the click of a button, literally it is a button click, you can download those videos and drop them onto your desktop so that you can use them while you're on an airplane. You can use them when you're at Lake Powell, away from civilization, whatever. You have this ability now to have those on your physical computer as opposed to in the cloud. And what that does for you is enable you to use that offline. And so it's an awesome product that we created. It's going to be videorenegadedownloader.com. Again, videorenegadedownloader.com is where we're going to be able to get that. But here's the thing. I got to finish the sales funnel. I know, there's an event coming up on the 2nd and 3rd, OfferMind, Steven Larson's annual event. It is fantastic, and I cannot wait to be there and to soak in all of the learning that's going to be there. Myron Golden, who's an expert in sales, is speaking. Russell Brunson is speaking. All these incredible people are going to be there. And I actually have an ad in the booklet for Video Renegade Downloader. And guess what? I need to get that thing done. That is weighing on my brain. That's one of these tasks that's just weighing me down. I've also got books that I have actually typeset that I need to get printed. Things like The Science of Getting Rich and Think and Grow Rich and The Richest Man in Babylon. These are all fantastic books that I've got offered for free. So these are things that I need to get put together. And sometimes, I get home from work at 6 o'clock at night, or I get home at 5 and I take my son to baseball practice. We get home at 8, and all of a sudden I'm tired. Okay? Burning the midnight oil, sometimes you just want to sleep. And I get that, and I struggle with that. And that's one of those things that weighs on my mind. So my friend, his name's Chad. My friend Chad decided, or basically put out a challenge. I'm totally going to take him up on this. This challenge was to sit down and create a list, a very personal list, of the top 10 things that are incomplete that really need to get done in your life. 10 things. There's going to be more than 10. If you sit down and brainstorm it, you can probably come up with 20 or 30 of things that need to get done. But narrow it down to those top 10. And those top 10 ideas are going to let you know what to go knock off. Here's the step. I want to take it one step further, okay? I'm going to make my top 10 list, and I challenge everybody who's listening to this to check it out and do it. And honestly, email me. Send me an email, jr@mlmrenegade.com. Send me an email and tell me what aha moment you had. Because what I want to do is I'm going to create this top 10, and then I want to link it. I want to know what each of those 10 things is holding me back from doing. What is the next step beyond that? What's the big domino that taking care of that is going to knock over? Okay, I want to know what those are. And maybe I'm going to plot that out for 10 or 20 or 30 different tasks. And then I can stack rank them in order of importance based on the result that it's going to get me. Now, the great thing here is obviously if you create a list of 20 or 30 and you work on 10, you can knock out those 10 and then move on to the next 10, right? All of those things give you this opportunity to really evaluate where you are in your life, what's important, what is not important, what you're wasting your time on, and what you're not spending enough time on, so that you can actually go and take on your day in such a way that's going to be meaningful. So this energy and the inner fuel and the drive that you're going to get from this experiment, from this exercise, are going to help you in so many other facets of your life. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what happened. And when I hear from you, given your permission, I'm going to share it. I'm going to have a follow-up episode because I'm going to sit down and do this. This is part of what I'm doing, okay? This is my commitment to you guys. I want to sit down and knock this out. But when I can do this, and when I can share examples from other people, it just makes things so much more entertaining, so much more fun, so much more engaging. And hopefully, it's providing value. Because as I always say, I want to provide value for you guys as my listeners. I want to provide an opportunity for everybody to really get information that's going to be meaningful for their lives and for their business individually. So, you guys, I want you to take the time, write down those top 10 things, those things that you have not gotten done that are taking a psychological drain. Whether you know it or not, they are. Okay? They're taking a psychological drain. Combining this idea with the idea of focus, now you're actually going to be able to go out and really attack what you're doing, attack it with a purpose, and knock out those things on your list so that you can be more effective in everything you're doing throughout your life, that you can be happier, and that you can have that psychological drain taken off you. So go check that out. Go set up those 10 things, and let's talk about it. Have a great day, guys. We'll talk with you next week.
Hey, thanks for listening, and please remember to subscribe. And if you loved us, leave us an awesome review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you consume your podcasts. Now, if you'd like some free training for your team on how your recruiting efforts can be bettered and brought into the 21st century, go to podcast.mlmrenegade.com and get your copy of the Renegade Recruiting Kickstarter.